Welcome back.
Welcome back.
This your boy LG.
This your boy Nate the Great, man. You know I be rocking.
Yes, sir. We got our co-host over there tonight. How you doing today, Stacy?
I am great. Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining Waves of Wisdom again.
Let's get it, man.
Today's theme is patterns and promises. Okay? And the wave of wisdom is love can't fix what accountability won't face.
Ooh.
Okay?
Okay.
So it's kind of a mouthful there. We're going to break it down. We all know the relationships are hard, whether it's friendships or family, significant others, or even children. Right? So we're going to break down how to protect your peace, trust your instincts, and recognize when you're being healed or when you're being hustled.
Ooh.
Right?
I like that.
Okay. So my first question is, how long do you wait for growth before giving up on someone? So do you guys ever have a situation where
Drink to that.
you're in a situation where somebody that you're close to, or even a coworker or somebody, they're constantly saying sorry. Oh, I apologize. Or I didn't mean to do that. And it's like, but their actions don't change. They keep committing the same crime. Right?
This is good.
Right.
And are they really sorry, or are they just saying sorry?
Yeah.
Right? So my first question is, how long do you wait for growth before giving up on that person?
I believe it's if that it depends what that purpose. Does that person have a purpose in your life, right? I mean, you know, if you think they have a purpose as far as they somebody you can confide in, or somebody that lifts you up, or, you know, just accountability partner. I mean, everybody has their mistakes, right? So
we ain't perfect.
Yeah. So giving up on somebody, I mean, it's hard, but I think as you get older, you have less patience too. So that's kind of like a double-edged sword. So, I mean, I'm the type of person that I don't like to give up, but on nobody, because again, like everybody that's in my life, I hope that, you know, you share the same love I got for you. But then, you know, you got different priorities. So if I got, you know, I got a family now, you know, I'm in my career. So if you wasting my time, it's just like I kind of put you on the back burner, right? So I know when to be involved with you and not to be involved with you. So to answer the question, when do you give up on that person? It all depends on what sacrifices you're willing to make.
So can I say something real quick before you're done?
Yeah.
So you said give up.
Yeah.
But you said on the other part, you said put them on the back burner.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, you know, it's a thing you don't have to give up. Sound like a harsh thing, like you give up and you forget about them.
Yeah.
You just put them to the side for me, like, you know, I got to deal with my priorities. You know what I'm saying? But you're still there. Yeah. You know, it's not like I just, you know, cut you off.
You're just less accessible to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel to you.
Less effort you put out towards that person that's significant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So
I can agree with that, because from my perspective I was thinking, for me it would depend on the person and your relationship with that person. So I would allow, or I'd have different time allowances for different people.
Right.
So if it was like a close relationship, like a spouse or a parent or a sibling or something like that, I would be allowing them more time for that growth before putting them on that back burner. Right? So if it's a coworker or if it's, you know, an associate, you might only get a little bit of time. You might, because like, you know what?
or it could depend on how your, as you say, how your relationship, how tight the bond is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying, just in a different way.
I know.
Yeah. So the people that are closer to me get more out of more out of me.
Accent came out.
What accent?
But if it's, you know, just somebody that's kind of just around, then you just
But get cut off real quick, man.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2.
Like I don't have time, especially for like work. I don't have time to babysit people for a grown adult at work, right? So it's like I'm not going to micromanage an adult or hold your hand or babysit you.
No.
So
right.
Kind of nip that in the butt quicker.
So for the audience, right? I mean, we just answer in a broad, light. Mm-hmm. So let's say you got that your day one, your childhood friend, mm-hmm. and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
How much growth do you allow them? Because you got your childhood friend, y'all locked in, like you kind of forgive some of their mistakes or their nonsense. So but you may be starting to outgrow them. But then I mean, I feel like sometimes us men, like we feel like we owe certain friends to kind of bring them with us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even like if you talk about athletes, you always see them bringing their homies with them, or mm-hmm. you see. People make it somewhere in their career, they like, okay, I'm gonna look out for you. You know what I'm saying? So,
man,
how much growth do you allow your day ones?
Man, look, bro. It depends on. I was just saying again. Depends on what type of day one it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not every day one is day one. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't your day ones. Day ones is from the sandbox.
But I'm saying so as we was speaking, we was talking about that.
Right.
Another episode.
Right.
As in, if they see me grow, they gotta grow too, bro. Like, for real, I ain't on no waiting, bro. I don't got time. I got my life. I got my son. I got my family. So I got too much on my plate. So, you have to step up, man. I'ma come to you. I'ma come to you and be like a man, bro, because we are a man.
Right.
I'ma come to you and speak to you like boys. Be like, you know what, so and so, and then if I don't see that movement or that urge, I'm pulling back. I'm pulling back, bro. I don't care what you talking about day ones or none of that, bro. Right. Because at the end of the day, bro, if you don't get to your goal, bro, you gonna suffer. Nobody gonna be there for you. So I'm saying, if I'm talking to you, know what I'm saying, 2 times, 3 times, then you ain't getting it, I'm gone.
So you hold them accountable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they should. They should be accountable because we man, bro. We have to do. We have to be accountable in this world to our family, to others, to show others our image and all that. But we have to be accountable. If we're not, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, I think you said something key of holding them accountable. But I think what you didn't say is what I got from is you letting them your expectations. Yeah. And then if they meet your expectations, that's how you hold them accountable. If they don't, then you're not making time because they're, slowing you down. I feel like that's one thing that we lack sometimes is when, going back to the original question, is we don't let our partner or our friend or whoever, we don't give them our expectations. We just make assumptions just because we with them every day. And they know us. We make assumptions. We don't let them know our expectations. And that's where the falls off.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's where, again, communication comes into play.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah.
She got it.
Yeah. Because if they don't know how are they going to know if you don't tell them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So letting them know your expectations. Now, what if you let them know your expectations and they keep apologizing for not meeting that goal or that expectation? What do you do then? How many sorries do you allow? How many
it says in the Bible.
Yeah.
Forgive them how many times?
77 times. What? I forgot
a day. But listen, I'm not God. I'm God. Forgive me. I'm flawed. He's the only perfect God. So I'm saying though, man, I'm a human being as well.
Right.
When you come onto that, and like my patience is so thin. So if I come to you. And
so is that something that you think you got to work on? Since we're all trying to strive better.
Yes, I have to work on that. But the thing I'm not going to tolerate though is other people lacking, and I have to continue to take the slack up because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, my family gonna suffer. I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna be stressed out. I don't need that baggage. I don't need that. I got a lot going on in my life already. So I'm trying to give you opportunity to to roll with me to come and both of us do it as together, and then you want to always have an excuse, always talking about, oh, you're gonna do it, and then turn around and you don't do it. You know, you being late every time you being late. I don't have time for that, because at the end of the day, if you go to a job, you know what I'm saying, they hire you, and you continue to be late, you continue to be making mistakes, they're gonna fire you, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm just, bro. We all human here, man. We have to have common sense when it comes on to, you know. We have to.
I agree. You know? Lots of people would say that the only real apology would be change.
True.
So if you're really sorry, you're gonna change. If you're not really sorry, then you're not gonna change.
Yeah.
What do you guys feel about that?
I'm with that, bro. I'm with all about that. People gonna hate you though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna like you. They're gonna say you think you this, you think you that. But at the end of the day is when they're stuck in a rut and you moving forward, they're gonna still hate you. So it doesn't really matter.
Sometimes sorry is like an scapegoat.
Some people overuse that, right?
Right.
But, I mean, I feel like that's easier said than done, right? I mean, you know, if people is doing something and you know, they're not going to change until they want to change, right? So for somebody to change, unfortunately, you know, they're going to have to lose you, right?
Right.
They're not going to change unless it's detrimental to them. So, and that may happen, and y'all come back. You know, if it's meant to be, y'all come back. But you know, change is easier said than done. So.
Right. Saying sorry is easy. The change is the hard part.
Right.
But that's also, when you first meet somebody, that could be a red flag.
What you mean?
If they're consistently saying sorry about things and they're not changing, you don't want to ignore that red flag.
Right.
Because it could start off with being something simple, and then you've let it slide to the point where it's like, okay, now it's big things you're apologizing for consistently.
Right.
And you still ain't make no change.
Yeah.
But you let it slide this whole time. So they're thinking like you just gonna continue to let it slide.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you got yourself in a bind.
But what if that's the type of person they are, right? What if they say sorry because, you know, through their life, that's all they, you know what I'm saying? They never had a confidence. They never had somebody that kind of picked them up. So they always, you know, even if it's not their fault, they're going to be the first one to apologize.
Okay. You know, I go into like anything what I do with an open heart, bro, to try to help any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting my best foot in. You know, any relationship or friendship, anything. I'm putting my best foot in. So once I see that it's not working, and once I see that, you know, I give you my all, bro, because I always give my 1,000,000%.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I see you keep on slacking and keep on slacking. No, it's my duty to say, you know what, I'm done. I did that before, and I see how people got over on me, and I'm being faithful, as you call it, you know, to those type of people, and they continue to shake me. So you know what, I had to look at myself in the mirror and be like, you know what am I gonna do? I'm gonna continue to take this, or I'm gonna do something about it, because once I made that move to do something about it, man, I saw depression and relief and the stress, you know, and I start being more happy, because once you don't do it, you're gonna be unhappy, even though you want to help them, but you as a person, you're gonna be unhappy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna bring it in your relationship. You're gonna bring it around your kids, and you're gonna bring it all through your life. And do you want to live like that, or you want to be truthful and be like, you know what, I'm gonna just cut it off and then I'll move forward?
So you think that came with trial and error, or do you think that came with wisdom and age?
Trials and error.
I'd say both.
Both.
You need a little bit of both.
Yeah. Because once I was younger, they was doing it to me a lot, and as I got older now, I start and I have more responsibility and more things going on, and my understanding got even I got wiser. So I start seeing things in a different perspective, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. So it works out to be both.
I think when you get older, also you tend to more so protect your peace. When you're younger, you all for the drama.
Right.
You all for the like. I got time today, you know. And then when you, but when you're older, it's just kind of like I don't even want the time. Like I don't even have the time.
Yeah. No facts, bro. Facts.
Too much other life stuff going on.
Yeah.
Facts, man.
So my second question is, do you think you guys can maintain the relationship knowing nothing will change?
Sure. No, never. Oh,
I wouldn't say never.
Actually, let me take it back.
Never say never.
No, yeah. Actually, take it back. We can, but from a distance.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, bang. Yes. We can because I'm not a person going. You know, I wish you the best. I want you to grow. I want you to, but not with me, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't have any ill feelings about. You know what I'm saying? You or anything. I want you to succeed, bro.
And you never know. They might come around on their own.
That's what I'm saying. I want everybody to succeed, bro. You know what I'm saying? But my time with you. Right. Man, I ought to take the back road on that because, bro, I ain't with none of that. But I want you to succeed. I want you to get it. I want you to have the understanding. You know what I'm saying?
Because you can give grace and still set boundaries.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially, like, for me, I'm thinking about work.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to maintain that relationship with those people.
Right.
Because it's not up to me whether they get fired or not.
Right. Yeah.
I still have to work with them.
Right.
We still have to come together and get things done.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to do that and do it peacefully,
right,
I can give them grace, but still set boundaries. So now our boundaries might not be so much as a friend or associate. It's strictly work related.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're not talking and chatting it up about other. Yeah. You just do what you need to do. Of course, you know, you can be a little bit more than cordial if you want, but still just setting those boundaries.
Right.
What about your opinion?
I would say, I mean, in life, yes. I would say I adapt, right? So if they're not changing, I adapt to the standpoint of, okay, this is your character. I know, you know, when to be with you and when not to be with you, right? So if you got a person that's always turned up, then okay, I'm gonna be with you when I want to go out and hang out, do that. You know, I know your character. Or if you got a person that's, you know, a hard worker and always talking about entrepreneurship and all that, okay, I know when it's time for business, time to
get busy.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm knocking on your door because now it's time. You know what I'm saying? Get real. So, but. Like I said, I just gotta adapt to that person. You know, everybody doesn't have the capability to adapt. So I mean, I think that's what I probably do.
So you're not
saying it's a good thing, but it's just kind of like I don't try to change nobody. I'm just going to adapt. So I may not be around as much.
Right. So I kind of get that as you don't want to love someone past their potential.
Yes.
Go ahead, Nate. What were you gonna say?
You said something talking about what's the end thing you just said? Because I had something but you just said and just so I was like
I just say it may not be a good thing to adapt into people in their ways if they're not changing, but I think it's just something that I tend to do because I'm not out to change a person. I just adapt to whatever type of personality you show me.
I got it.
I'm adapt.
You know, it's funny because anyone like around me or anything, you said, you ain't trying to change somebody, but being around me, you're gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Not forcefully. I'm not forcing you, but the things I want and I'm pursuing to you don't have to change.
Or you gonna fold. Or they just disappear.
Or they're gonna disappear.
Yeah,
they're gonna take themselves away.
Do they change, or the energy you give off makes them kind of, you know,
they change
level up?
Yeah, level up is changing because if you wasn't doing that, and then you do it now, that means that it's a shift.
No, because they can't be leveling up when they're around you, and then when they're not around you, they go back to bad habits. They go back to.
Well, how you know? What I'm saying? We don't know that though. You know what I'm
saying? That's like when kids are around this certain type of individual, I'm not gonna curse, you know, I'm not gonna act this way. But when they leave that individual, they back to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do have a point. So
I feel like you make people, you know what I'm saying, level up in a way where You know what I'm saying? You about your business, so they know if I'm approaching you, then
I agree
I
with
gotta
you.
be about my business too.
Yeah.
But that's just around. I'm just saying that's
Yeah.
just around you.
Yeah.
So as far as changing, I don't think you're making people change.
Yeah, we don't know because
That
it could work out as such a tool. I can't take another picture and say that, but that could go as that
it
as
could
well.
go either way.
You know,
It could
either way. Yeah, it could go your way. You know what I'm saying? It could go your way.
It might be they just start changing around him, and then eventually it trickles down to other areas of their life.
Right.
Or they could just remain stagnant and it just changes around him. Or they could remain even more stagnant and just not be around him anymore.
Yeah.
So there's different ways that could play out. It depends on the person and if they want to change or not. But
that's true.
In regards to, you know, the apology or the saying the sorry, you can definitely forgive people, but limit their access to you.
Right.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Drink to that.
Now, do you guys feel like significant others? Do you give them a little bit more grace?
As opposed to everybody else.
As opposed to everybody else.
Yeah. They sometimes they take it for granted though, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro, because they know.
What you over there trying to say?
It is for granted though, bro, because I ain't with that too, and they do get a little more grace, but I tend to feel like they take advantage of that grace because they know they're gonna get that grace. You know what I'm saying? And conflict comes into that grace as well because it's gonna be conflict. You know what I'm saying? So it's just.
I do see how an apology without change can kind of turn into or kind of be viewed as manipulation in disguise. So an apology without change is manipulation in disguise.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I like that.
That's how you feel.
Yes. And I feel like if you're going to tell me sorry and you don't put no action to it,
you just manipulating the situation.
All you do is just pissing me off even more because you recognize that your faults and you still don't do it. So you're telling me that look at you, huh? Yeah, you believe me. Look at you. I'm just fooling you, and think you doing something that, and I already figure you out what you're doing, and you still playing that.
So you feel like that's disrespect?
That disrespect, man, because you playing, you know what you're doing, and you trying to play me like I'm a goofy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a cornball. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no cornball kid. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
I mean, this could relate to like let's just say men that go out there and cheat, and then they keep saying they sorry, but they keep doing it again. You know,
same thing though.
But that's just a bigger aspect.
The gas line.
How do you feel?
I mean, I think in general, man, woman, I feel like you do give your significant other more grace because you love them, right? And you in the trenches.
Invested more in them.
Invested more. You in the trenches, so it ain't like I'm just about to walk away. You know what I'm saying? No, we're gonna work at it. You know what I'm saying? You keep messing up on this, that, and the third. I can be telling my wife I'm clean this up, and then I don't do it, and I say sorry. Then the next week come. I'm gonna clean this up. I don't do it, and I say sorry. You know what I'm saying? But
and she's probably feeling like, okay, he doesn't value my time because he doesn't see that this is taking away time. Right. Now I got to go clean it up.
Right, and she can be like, "Oh, I'm not prioritizing stuff," and
that's important to her.
Right, and then in my head, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not cleaning this up because I'm doing 5 more different things. You know what I'm saying? So. All that being said is like it all comes down to respect, but I mean at the end of the day, your significant other is going to get that grace because you see him every day, or you working out this thing. So
that kind of brings us back to the wave of wisdom, which is love can't fix what accountability won't face. Right. So although we love our significant others to the moon and back, we just want to make sure that we are giving them the respect that they deserve, and we're taking accountability for the things that we are apologizing for,
Right.
and making sure that the I'm sorry is actually turning into change, right?
I agree. I agree.
Instead of just staying stagnant and it feels like you're manipulating them or disrespecting them.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I get
Right?
Yeah.
Do you guys agree with that?
I agree. With it. I agree. With it. I got one more question before we get out of here. For all our subscribers, all our viewers, what's the best approach to hold another person accountable?
Yeah, drop it in the comments, man. I want to hear. I want to read some of y'all comments, bro, because I'm really like, you know what I'm saying? No, for real though. I like those are the things I like. I like to see, pick your mind and see where you're coming from, man. Because this is,
so you're not gonna give them game. You want them to give us game. You want them to give everybody.
No, it's reciprocal. We go back and forth.
Because I want to learn too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a student. You know, I want to learn from you, her. No, I'm saying anything. Okay. Even this cup. I want to learn from how to drink a different way. You go.
The cup can't teach you that.
Okay, yes, it can. See.
All right, now you're getting goofy. All right, so we're gonna head to the goofy question. All right. If apologies were a workout, which exercise would they be? Okay, I'm gonna repeat that.
I got that. You're gonna repeat that, bro. That's cold.
If apologies were a workout,
that's cold.
Which exercise would they be and why?
Oh, me first.
Go ahead.
Bro, let me see.
I thought you said you had one.
No. I want to give you a good one though. The one that I don't like. Let me see. Running.
Running?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because, man, like, I have to do it, but I hate it.
Oh, so you're saying you hate apologizing?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
You do. I was gonna call you out on the show. You do. Nate does not like to apologize.
Yeah, but I do it because it's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. But I don't. But a lot of times I don't feel like I'm wrong. So.
At least he's being honest.
You know what I'm saying?
Being honest.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I hate running, but I have to run. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't run, I'm not gonna be in shape.
Right.
So, but I hate it.
Yeah, we know.
But I do it.
I don't know if LaRon knew that about you, but I did. That you hate to apologize. He does not like to apologize.
Baby Nate.
We was talking. He apologized to me the other day.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay, maybe it's just to me.
No, baby Nate. Yeah, he don't like it either. He don't like to do it.
Yeah, you should teach yourself so that you could teach your son.
Yeah, he don't like to do it, bro.
He don't like to apologize.
No, he don't.
And he gets that from his dad.
Yeah, when he do something even to the neighbor, I'm like, go say sorry. You be like, bro, and then he don't say sorry, bro. I'm like, yeah, boy.
All right, so for me, if apologies were a workout, which exercise would they be? I picked jumping jacks because doing all that movement.
Oh heck no, bro.
Just to be stuck in the same spot. Because our whole topic was about saying sorry, but then no change, right? So you doing jumping jacks, you doing a whole bunch of movement, but you're still in the same spot.
I like it. I like it.
No, I don't like that.
That's okay. I wasn't given my answer for your likeness.
Yeah, I know. Hey, drop it in the comments if you like that.
What's yours?
I'm gonna have to go with doing ab crunches, ab workouts.
Oh yeah, I hate that too.
Yeah, I feel like you don't want to hear people apologizing because it's like an excuse, but when somebody apologizes, it feels good.
Gratification.
Right. Ab workouts. You don't like doing ab workouts.
But when you see the body go,
it feels good.
I like that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You're looking good, but you don't want to do it.
Beach day, shirt off.
Like that.
Flex a little bit.
So,
arms up. You know what I'm saying? Just chill out. You know what I'm saying? Kick out your feet on the sand. And they be like, dang, the girl walk by. They be like, oh my, what's your name? I be like, oh yeah, my name is Sean.
He said, Sean.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, I like that one though.
Yeah.
That one's good, bro.
Yeah.
Right, that one.
All right, guys, that about wraps things up for today.
Yeah.
Thanks for riding the waves with us. We hope you enjoyed the show. Before you go, make sure you hit that like, comment, share, or subscribe button, and keep chasing the tides of knowledge. Catch y'all on the next wave.
Boom!